Once upon a time, a man named Anthony lived in a town. He had a wife, Sarah, and 2 sons. Anthony worked as a laborer. His pay was less, but he worked extra hours to earn more. Anthony had put his sons in a big school. The school fee was high. Sarah told him they could choose a cheaper school. But Anthony wanted the best for his sons. One night, Anthony came home from work. John and James ran to the door. They hugged him tightly. Anthony sat down and opened his bag. He pulled out 2 small storybooks.
"I got these for you,"
he said, handing one to each boy. John looked at his book and said,
"Dad, we still have many books."
Anthony smiled.
"But I want you to read something new now."
James held his book close.
"Thanks, Dad,"
he said. Sarah came with a glass of water. She gave it to Anthony, smiling. The boys sat beside him, flipping through the pages. One day, the manager called Anthony into his office. The manager spoke.
"I'm sorry, but you are fired."
Anthony was shocked.
"Why?"
The manager sighed.
"The factory's not doing well. And unfortunately, we're downsizing."
Anthony just nodded slowly and left the office. His mind was spinning. That night, Anthony was silent during dinner. John and James noticed and exchanged worried looks. After dinner, Anthony went to his room without saying anything. John looked at Sarah.
"Is everything okay?"
Sarah also worried but smiled.
"Yes. He's just tired."
Sarah made tea and served it to Anthony. Anne sat beside him.
"What's wrong?"
she asked gently. Anthony sighed and said,
"I lost my job today."
Sarah took his hand.
"You'll find a new job soon. Don't worry."
Anthony was trying hard to find a job. He went to many factories. But no one hired him. He also met his friend Mike and asked for help. Anthony came home every day tired and worried. One evening, Anthony went to Mike's house. Anthony sighed.
"Mike, I didn't get any job."
Mike paused, thinking. Then he said,
"Anthony, I know about a job, but..."
Anthony looked at him.
"But..."
Mike hesitated.
"It's at the circus. A joker's job."
Anthony was shocked.
"A joker?"
Later that night, Anthony sat alone. He thought about the school fees, the groceries, and the bills. He felt stuck.
"If I don't get any jobs soon, how will we manage?"
He thought.
"I think I should take it. I can leave when I find a better one."
The next morning, he went to Mike's house again.
Mike, I'll go for this job.
Mike smiled.
Okay. Let's go.
They reached the circus office. Mike spoke to the manager.
Sir, this is my friend Anthony. He wants to do the Joker job.
The manager nodded.
Okay. We'll pay a good salary. Go to the makeup room now.
Mike led Anthony to a small room and then left. A worker gave him a costume. He put it on and sat in the chair. A man came in the room.
Hi. I'm Paul.
Paul started his makeup. Anthony looked in the mirror, quiet. Tears filled his eyes. Paul noticed.
Wipe your eyes. It will spoil the makeup.
He paused.
Is this your first time working as a Joker?
Anthony wiped his tears and nodded. Paul said gently.
Be strong.
A man guided Anthony to the circus hall. Lights were bright. Music played. The seats were full. Anthony stepped onto the stage. Kids clapped and laughed as he did funny moves. He smiled, trying to forget his pain. That night, he came home with a box of sweets.
I got a job.
He said.
And the salary is good.
Sarah and the kids cheered. One day, the school announced a picnic. But they didn't tell where they were going. It was a surprise. John and James were very excited. But the next morning, James had a fever. So John had to go alone. The teachers and principal took the kids to the circus. All the kids were very happy. They laughed a lot at the Joker's funny acts. After the show, Ma'am Ella said,
Let's meet the artists.
She took the class to the artist room. As John and his friend Michael entered, John froze.
Dad?
He said in shock. Michael whispered.
Uncle?
Some other classmates noticed too. They started laughing and teasing John. Anthony was shocked. John ran outside, tears in his eyes. Ma'am Ella quickly stopped the students. She looked at Anthony and said,
I'm so sorry. Sir.
Then she went out with students. That evening, Anthony came home. Just then, John walked out.
Will you tell? Or should I?
He shouted. Sarah was surprised.
What happened?
John said,
Mom! I saw him in the circus as the Joker. My classmates laughed at me.
James came out too. Sarah stood still, shocked. James whispered.
Joker?
Tears rolled down Sarah's cheeks. Anthony sat on the sofa and held his head.
What do I do? No one gave me a job. So I took this.
Sarah went to John and hugged him.
John, your dad is doing this for us. You should be proud.
John looked down.
I'm sorry, Dad.
John and James hugged Anthony tightly. Anthony and Sarah smiled through their tears. Moral: every job done for family is honorable.